What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft with me, your boy Iggy. Today, I really wanted to get started on the storage building that we were going to put in above the auto smelter we did last episode over here. As you can see, I've got a floor in, which doubles as the roof for the actual smelter room. I mean, we will have to light this up a little bit better. I'm not really a huge fan of the torches, but before we can do that, for a build this size, I plan to use quite a bit of the mossy cobble, mossy stone brick. And so, because we don't have the best vine farm set up, I figured what better way than to use the new moss block. And this way we can incorporate one of the new farms, the moss azalea, moss carpet, and then it also, I guess, doubles as a bone meal farm. And I figured a great place to put that would be underneath the iron farm here, since we're kind of not really... I've tried to measure it out. It's roughly 13 by 11, and I would have to kind of shift all of this stuff forward. Plus, then I'd run the risk of it being too tall and the iron golems accidentally spawning down here. So what I figured I would do is start the episode off. I'm going to go ahead and get a floor put in here, probably just spruce wood because it's easily farmable. And then once we got a floor, we can dig down, create a little basement, and then in the basement area is where we can chuck the moss farm. So I'm going to go ahead and get this in, and we'll join back up once I've got it. Alrighty, so as you can see, I've got a floor all put in. Everything's nice and lit up in the iron farm building here, and this thing is still just chugging right along. I actually emptied out the bone meal out of that one for the farm we're about to build. So that's about what we should have, but yeah. And that's with all the iron I've taken for the super smelter and for the bee farm and all that other good stuff. So then I came down here and I dug a nice little basement that's the size of the room above, just without the front little vestibule there. And then coming down here, we have a 13 by 11, and I believe this is, let me count for you. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then on the 12th floor down here, I've got just a smooth stone grid, so you can kind of follow along. This is going to be the starting block, so you're going to come over by 5 and down, and then on the wait, hold on, did I get that right? On the 6th one, so it should be, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then on the 6th one with 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. Alrighty, so we've got everything that we're going to need for the farm in this chest right here. So basically some building blocks. I've got a little extra of the smooth stone. You're going to need regular stone, some glass, some slabs, redstone dust, bone meal. You really only need 16 apparently to get the farm started. Hoppers, droppers, 3 comparators, 3 torches, 3 chests, 6 pistons, 6 composters, 6 repeaters, 6 furnaces, 7 spruce trapdoors, a dispenser, an observer, a lever, a moss block, 6 lava buckets, and 2 water buckets. Alrighty, so I'm going to start getting this thing put in. I may go step by step, and I'll probably just turn off the camera for the buildy bit here, just because it's kind of awkward to do the cuts with the camera. This way I can just record the whole thing in one shot and split it up as need be. So I'm going to go ahead and cut here, and then I'll rejoin you with without my face cam, and we'll get this thing put in. Okay, welcome to Cameraless Iggy. We're doing things just like the all the other Minecraft or YouTubers do. Okay, so we've got our marker block right there. Like I said, it's the 6th one down, 5th one in. So from the upper left corner, we're going to start by placing a double chest right there. And then we are going to place a hopper going into the double chest. And we are going to grab our droppers and go 2 droppers facing upwards like so. And then on top of this, we are going to have a dispenser. And then we're going to come down here and place a solid block. So just next to the hopper we've got there. And then we are going to need to get our comparator and face that away from the dropper. And then we are going to place that into a solid block like so. And then 2 solid blocks here with redstone dust like so. All right, so next step, you're going to grab your redstone torch and you are going to place it right there. And then you're going to come around to the other side over here. So then we're going to have a solid block here with a redstone dust on top of that. And then we are going to put another block here with one on top of that, like so. Remove this block. And then we're going to need to get on top of this one, and we are going to go up by 1, 2. It's going to be a temporary block right there so that we can get our observer to face up into said block. Then we can come back up here and get rid of that. Make sure that it's facing up. Perfect. Okay, so next step, we are going to place a temporary block right there, solid block right there. Get rid of that temporary block. So now we should have something that looks like this. On top of this block right here that we just placed, we are going to use a repeater. Going like so, and then we're going to place that on 2 ticks. We should have something like that. And then coming out of our repeater right here, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So 6 blocks like that. So repeater will go into the 6 blocks. And then we are going to have redstone dust right there and there. And then we're going to have, and then you're going to want to get a comparator, face it like that, and then face it the opposite direction like so. And coming out of this back redstone dust right here on the side of that, you're going to place a block right there and another one right here. This one is going to get a repeater going there and then redstone dust there. Then in front of this repeater, and you got to remember you can't really, actually we can just boom right there. So we're going to have a solid block with a redstone torch on top like so. And then on top of your redstone torch, right there, you're going to have 7 blocks going back that original direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So now we should have something that looks a little like this. Okay, now that you've got that, let's see if I can do some parkour action here. We're going to jump. Jump, and then on top of these we are going to have some redstone dust. Perfect. And then we are going to come under out by 1 like that. Get rid of that temporary block right there. We're going to come over across 7 blocks again like so. So now you should have your redstone dust line with your solid block line. And now we are going to need to grab our trapdoors, and they are going to go on each of these like that. Make sure you're facing outwards. All right, for the next step, what you're going to want to do is come down here, and then above the chest, you're going to face a hopper into the bottom dropper. And then I believe it's, and then you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 more, and then 1 off to the right there. So you've got a nice little right angle. On top of all of these hoppers are going to be going our composters. Like so. And this Enderman is going to piss me off. Or get out of here. Oh, there's more than one of you in here? Oh, goodness. Alright, we're just going to take care of you as well. Ugh, annoying. Okay, so now your hoppers should have composters on top like that. On the last 2 right angle ones, whoops, we're going to place hoppers above going down into those 2. So then on either side of your hoppers, you're going to place 2 solid blocks. So 1, 2. And we're going to come over to this side and 1 and a 2. And then we are going to need to get a chest. This is a temporary block, by the way, so you can put your chest right there. And then you're going to need a hopper going into this chest. Like so. Okay, for the next step, we are going to have to come up here and get... how can I get up here? Get back around. So then we are going to fill in this entire platform up to there with solid blocks like so. So we're just going to come along here. This one next to that. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Put all these in. Behind the hopper as well. And then you should be left with something that looks a little bit like this with your dropper, which your dispenser, which is going to be bone mealing the moss block, and then your observer that's going to be telling when things are moving here. All right, so next step. Now what you're going to want to do is place a stone block above your observer just for the time being, just so it doesn't mess with the water. And then you're going to get your moss block. Actually, first you're going to want to put some bone meal inside of your dispenser there, so you're not having to break the moss block. So we'll put the bone meal, and then we'll put the moss block right there, like so. Okay, now you're going to cover the platform with stone, but a certain way. So this far end here is going to go all the way to the row with the hoppers, and then you're going to come over and over. You're going to leave a 2-block gap right there, place one right there, leave a 2-block gap right there, just like that, and then just fill all of the rest of this in with normal stone like such. I suppose this would also be a good time to mention that this farm is for Java only, so if you're on Bedrock, I am sorry. This farm will not work for you. I don't know how to help you there. I'm sure if you YouTube one, there's a different guide for the Bedrock version, but this is for the Java version, and I'll link the description to the guide that I followed in this below, because I'm kind of just plowing through it here. All right, so you've got your 2 holes on the left here. Now we're going to come out to the right side, and with our building blocks, we're going to bring all of this out by 2 blocks. Like so. You should have something that looks like this. Then we're going to run over to the other side, and we are going to place 2 solid blocks here, and then this is where our furnaces come in. We're going to place 1, 2, 3. Whoops. So it's going to be 3 furnaces, solid block, 3 more furnaces, and then a solid block right there. Next, you're going to bring this out 1 more, and then you're just going to fill all this area in here for our collection system. So now we've got where the water is going to be flowing to grab all the drops. So that's how it should be looking from the top now. Then on the middle block, so 3, there's going to be 1 there. And then on the end of your trapdoors, there's going to be another solid block. So 1 there, 1 there. And then we're actually going to add 1 more right there. And then we are going to... I have run out of stone. Okay, as I was saying, we fill these 3 in with the stone on either side, so it should be looking a little something like that. All right, this is the part where the glass comes in. So now starting here at the very back, we're going to come all the way to the front with glass, like so. Should have something like that. And then we are going to continue our glass across the front here, right here. Have to shift place it over the furnaces. And that is going to come all the way along to the back like so. So now you should have something that looks like this. Now on top of our glass, we are actually going to need some slabbers. Is 36 enough? No, I think we'll just do a little bit more. 48 should be good. And we're just going to place our slabs all across the top of the glass, like so. So you should be left with something looking like this. All right, so the next little bit is, let's see if we can reach from over here. So from this block right here, we're going to come out 2. And we're going to do the same for the block right there. Just parkour over 1, 2. So now you should have something looking like this. All right, now you're going to take your pistons and you're going to want to face them this way, and you're going to go 1, 2, 3, solid block, 1, 2, and 3. This is basically going to be our stone generator, so the stone is going to get pushed. The reason we have this block right here marked is so it does not get pushed and does not disrupt the our moss block in the center there, so we won't ever have to replace that. All right, so behind all of our pistons are going to go solid blocks, including our center block here, which is just a building block. So now you're going to get your glass again, and you're going to come across the top of all of the pistons and the corners, and then you're going to place a glass block right there in the middle, like so. Under that middle glass block is where you're going to place a water source that will flow both directions. This is what we're going to need for our lava and our stone. Let me grab our lava buckets here and a lever and our other 2 water buckets we're going to need for the farm. Getting close to being done. This is the part where we will be putting in the lavas. So, alright, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to place your lava buckets on the glass above the water, and that will turn it to stone, but that's okay. So you're going to have lava source blocks right here. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. So, lava, lava, lava. Just like that. You should have something that looks like this. Alright, next up, what you're going to want to do is you're going to come over to your trapdoors, and you're going to place a water bucket there. A water bucket there. That will make an infinite water source, so then you can just fill all of this in like that. And you're going to need 2 water buckets. One's going to go right there, and the other one's going to go right there, just like that. So now we should have a little something that looks like this. Got our lava on the side here. We've got our water right there. Alright, so back over to the solid blocks behind your pistons. We're actually just going to connect one to the glass right there, another one to the glass right there. So now we've got our row of solid blocks with one on either end. Actually, I goofed. We do not need this one. And then we're going to get our redstone, and there's going to be redstone down all of these. And then we're going to skip 2 and put a solid block on the back of these ones, so like that, towards the rear of the farm. Now from the back facing forward, you're going to need 3 repeaters set to 4 ticks, and then 1 repeater in the front set to So your last one is going to be set to 2 ticks, and then you're going to have a redstone dust right there. Over here on top of this block, we're going to take our lever, pop it right there so we can turn it on and off. We should be looking at something like this. And then all you're going to have to do is place a redstone torch right there, and that will start the farm. When you want to turn it off, you will just hit your lever right there, and that'll turn off the farm. So I'm going to go ahead and cut, or give you a quick glimpse here of what's going on. Alright, so I'm back, pretty face and all. You need to get my hair done again though, but that's beside the point. So as you can see, farm's chugging right along here, and the cool thing about this farm is it actually, a lot of the moss will get converted into bone meal. So you actually get quite a bit of bone meal for this. So this is actually what this chest right here is for, is to I believe that's overflow for the bone meal, but you can see we're already getting some moss and things. I feel like this might be, I feel like this other water source at the end should probably not be there. That's causing everything to get composted. So let's take this one out. Alright, that should be a little bit better, because at least this way the ones that are on this side will get flushed over into the actual collection chest there. Which, of course, is down here, and as you can see, now we're starting to get some more of the bushes and the moss and all that good stuff. And then, actually, let's see, is there a way we can look at our... Not really a good way to look at the Spencer up there, but what is with these Endermen? Like, they're everywhere. They just won't stop. And then, you know, another little quality of life feature I'm going to do just in case I'm ever, like, digging above this is I'm just going to go ahead and throw some slabbers over the what's it called, lava right there, just to kind of keep things a little safer for me. But yeah, overall, I'm super stoked with this. We're gonna have to come down to the bottom here and light things up a little bit though, because it is quite dark. We'll just throw one of these in each of the corners, and maybe hang one down in the middle there. Actually, we'll go there, and we'll go there, and then we'll take out this one. Perfect, and just in case of spiders, throw one down here too. So yeah, overall, chugging right along. As you can see, we've already got more than a stack of the flowering azalea. And then this right here can actually, if you really wanted to, which I may actually do, is convert this into a, get an item sorter going down here, so that way it's doesn't just fill up. Yeah, you know what, actually we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go grab the things so we can get ourselves an item sorter put in, because this is going to fill up quite fast, I feel, since it runs all the time. So I'm gonna go grab the stuff for that. We'll be right back. We'll get the item sorter in, and we'll probably call it an episode for there. Alrighty, I'm back, and I've got the item sorter all set up. So not a whole lot's new down here, but if we come down here, we got the gizmo, and then I just diverted the chest over this way into a item sorter. So as you can see, flowering azaleas, you don't really get a whole lot of these compared to like the other stuff, but a decent amount of azaleas, tons of carpets, tons of moss blocks, and I literally set this thing up to the point where if it overflows, so it like fills these up, it'll go over into the composter right here, get composted down into bone meal, wrap all the way back around into the initial hopper line. Actually probably have another brick above it that will feed it back into the dropper here. So all in all, I would say it's a astounding success. It took a little longer than I anticipated, so we're going to have to probably start the storage building in the next episode, but at least we have an abundance of moss to make mossy cobblestone, mossy stone bricks, all that good stuff, and just moss to decorate with. Maybe we can do like an oasis or something over in the desert, but that's going to be it for today's episode. Thanks for watching. Once again, I'm your boy Iggy, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video with your friends, and check me out on Twitter and Twitch. Both of them are at IggyHaxer. Hope to see you there. Yeah, you have a great day. Bye.